In this video, I'm going to demonstrate buds in knitting. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. So buds in knitting are very similar to baubles. They are a three-dimensional knitted bauble that rises above the knitting. The difference between buds and baubles are that baubles, and I have a video showing 4 ways to make baubles. I will link that above, but baubles are created and then made and finished completely before you resume knitting the rest of the fabric. Buds, on the other hand, are created as you are knitting the fabric, and they are worked as you work across the fabric in multiple rows, and they are not finished until a few rows later, and you are working on the rest of the fabric at the same time as creating the buds. There are two that I'm going to show you in this video, a rosebud and a peony. These three-dimensional bobble type stitches look okay in stockinette, but they really look best in reverse stockinette fabric. The reverse stockinette gives a good relief around the little bud and yeah, allows it to be its best looking self. These kind of recede into the stockinette stitch fabric around them, and the peony especially wants to poke to the wrong side and not come forward in the stockinette stitch. So this is a rosebud here, and this is a peony here. So the rosebud is a little bit taller and slimmer, and the peony is a little shorter and more squat. To work the rosebud, you work up to your bud stitch, and then you work, and I'm working in reverse stockinette here, and then you work an increase into this single stitch. And we want to create 5 stitches, a total of 5 stitches. So we use a knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1 into this single stitch to create 5 stitches. And then since I'm working reverse stockinette, I'm going to purl the following stitches, and you finish your row. On the next row, you come back around and we are going to purl each of these stitches, and we're going to do so by wrapping the yarn twice to create elongated stitches. So 1, 2 stitches, 3, 4, 5. And then we resume working across the rest of the row. Now on row 3, we work up to the rosebud stitches. We move the yarn to the back, and we are going to slip each of these 5 stitches, dropping the extra wrap for each of them, and we're just going to slip them purlwise. So we have 5 elongated stitches. I'm going to bring the yarn forward to purl this next stitch, and I'm going to work this next stitch tightly while pulling the strand across the back there quite tightly. Hopefully you can see that. And we finish working across that right side row. Now, row 4, this is a wrong side row. We work up to those bud stitches and we slip those purlwise once more, all 5, stranding that yarn quite tightly across the back of those, and then resume the row. Row 5 is when it gets completed then. You work up to those bud stitches. We're going to slip 3 of them purlwise with the yarn in back. We're going to purl these last 2 together and then slip those 3 over that single stitch like so, and then resume working across the row. Let me work one more wrong side row so you can see what this looks like. And this next row is just worked across. Like so. And so there's a rose bud. To work a peony, we do a similar process, but this time we're making 7 stitches. So I will work a knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1. So that I have 7 stitches out of that single stitch. And then you resume working across the row. On the next row, row 2, wrong side row, we will work up to those 7 stitches and we will purl all 7 individually. Like so, and then resume working across the row. And then on the next right side row, we will work up to those 7 stitches and we will work a set of decreases. So we're going to work an SSK and a knit 3 together and a knit 2 together. So we have 3 stitches now instead of 7. And then we resume working across the row. Then row 4, the next wrong side row, we will finish the decrease to finish the peony. So you work up to those 3 stitches in the peony and you work a purl 3 together. And then resume your row. I'll work one more right side row so you can see what this looks like. And so this right side row, you just work in pattern across all of your stitches. Like so. And there is your peony. So the rosebud is a 5-row process and the peony is a 4-row process. Produce very similar looking little bauble type 3-dimensional flower buds. What do you think of these bauble type buds? Let me know in the comments below. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.